Okay, if anybody wants to try drawing a cartoon or two, grab yourself a pencil or a pen or a marker, anything you can find, and a piece of paper, and we're going to draw something really, well, you might surprise yourself. If you're a great artist already, it's just a different way of drawing cartoons. If you think you can't draw, I'm going to surprise you and show that you actually can draw a pretty good cartoon. And you can just follow me step by step. This is my first video to give you a little bit of something different to do. And like I say, all you need is a piece of paper. We're going to draw this today. 3 characters, looks really complicated, but we're going to do it step by step. And it's not that as complicated as you think. So get yourself ready. If you've got a pencil, anything you can lay your hands on. We don't need anything fancy, we're just going to draw. And if you can draw with a pencil, you can draw with anything. Here's my very fancy pencil. It's even got a rubber on the end, and that's ready for action. And this is just a marker pen so that you can see a little bit more clearly what I'm drawing. Okay, so if you can do a circle shape or a letter O or the number 0, you can make a pretty good start on my type of cartoons. Okay, I did that in 2 parts, this is just in 1. If you can do that, a 0 or a circle, whichever, just put them anywhere on the page, doesn't matter where they are. We're just having a doodle, that's all we're doing. If it goes wrong, whatever you're using, pencil, just throw it away and start a new page. Okay, we've done our first circle or 0. Next to it we're going to put another 0, kind of overlapping a little bit. You can just choose a point anywhere on there. Doesn't matter if it's not exactly the same as mine, because it'll just look a bit more of your own style. So don't try and copy me exactly, just whatever it looks like is going to look fine. So don't be under any pressure. So it's like a half circle next to it. Okay, those are the eyes. That's the start. Where I always start my cartoons is with the eyes. So I'll start from the middle of those eyes. We're doing like a U shape. Okay, and then the bit on the side of the nose, I don't know what it's called, but there's a little shape on the side of the nose. People find it complicated to draw. We just put a little extra bit there, and that's, I'll find out what it's called. I don't know what it's called. Okay, so you start from the middle of the eyes. This one's a bit of a longer nose, okay, and I've twirled it round. I've got used to it now, so I'm keeping the pen on the paper or the pencil, and I'm going down a U shape and around at the end, and that gives you that little bit on the side of the nose. Okay, so eyes and nose sorted. If you've got that far already, just keep with me. Now we're going to work on the ears. Very complicated. The letter C. There, that's the ear, that's it, the letter C. I'm going to show you that again. If you can draw the letter C, you can draw an ear. There we go. And one more. That's why I'm drawing 3, to give you a chance to see what I'm doing. Okay, letter C, just joined onto the eyes there, about halfway up. Now a bit of detail on the ear, a small C. For now, that's all you need. You don't need anything too complicated, just a small C just inside the ear. Okay, so you got eyes, nose and ear so far. If you're working with me, you're working quick, and I hope I'm not going too quickly with all this. Okay, now the bottom, like the bottom of the face, the chin, the letter U, you start from the ear and halfway up the nose, there. You got the bottom part of the face, the chin. You can make it longer, shorter. This one's going to be a little bit shorter. So you start from the ear, down, U shape, and halfway up the nose. This one's going to be a little bit longer, okay? So you got a longer U shape, back up to the nose. Okay, so now you've got eyes, nose, ears, and chin. So we're doing okay. We're doing okay. So next, we're working on a little bit of detail for the neck. He's got a little thin neck. You can just play around with this. It's a thicker neck and a little, I don't know, a little curve on the last one. It's just a little bit more detail for your cartoon. We'll get into bodies later. but we're just working on the face for now, so we're not making it too complicated. We've got that. Okay, perfect. Now what I'm going to do now is work on expressions. Okay, so this guy is happy, so the eyebrows are up. That means he's happy, and so you give him a smiley face, again a U shape. Now lips are very difficult, so all I do for a lip is put a little bit of shading underneath. It's a very, very difficult thing to do this. You ready? There, lip. It's just a little bit of shading. It just finishes off the mouth, it gives it a little bit more detail. The more little bits you put on there, the more detailed the drawing looks. This guy's a bit angry, okay? So the eyebrows go down, they face down, so the U is going down a little bit. It's a very slight curve, and a lip underneath again. I always put that little line underneath, whether the mouth's open or closed. This guy's going to have an open mouth. He's not quite sure whether he's happy or sad. I think he's been in isolation a bit too long, so he's a bit confused, and he's a bit, I don't know, a bit fed up, I suppose. His mouth's open, a bit of a yawn. There's the lip again. Okay, he's definitely fed up. So this is how to draw the sort of eyeball, the sort of pupil of the eye, whatever. We can get onto colours later, but for now we draw almost a full circle, but it's got a little triangle cut out of it like a piece of cake. Okay, and that gives a little highlight on the eye. Whatever you can fit on there is great. Also, we're going to colour that in now. If it's pencil, you don't have to be working in felt tip, just shade it in, and it just makes his eyes look a bit bright because it looks like there's a bit of a reflection on the top there. And when you look from a distance, it does look like there's a reflection on their eye. That's a bit more detail just on the cheeks or the corners of the mouth. And hair, just put a few lines there for now. We can get onto more details. If I can do some more workshops, we can work on that. So this guy, if he's angry or looking cross, we do small eyes. Again, don't quite colour it all in, because we like have a little bit of shine in the eyes again, but just by leaving a little bit out there. It's a nice little trick. It gives more of a 3D shape. Okay, these are little sort of bags under his eyes. He's looking a bit angry, like he's shaking slightly. All these little things add to the detail and the movement of your cartoon. Okay, and the movement of my paper, it keeps sliding around. So this has just got like a bald head, so I'm just putting the shape of the head. That's all we can see, and just a few spikes for his hair and a few dots. So you're looking at the sort of hair from the side and above, so you got long bits and short bits. Again, all details. This guy, the isolation guy, he's looking a bit bored for some strange reason. I don't know why. Maybe he's watched all the films he can watch. He's played all the video games he can possibly watch. He's looked out the window. He's seen the blossoms come out, thinking, I want to be out there. Okay, so he's yawning a little bit. And that's how you do that. You just put a line across his mouth and colour half of it in, and you've got his teeth then. He's not had a shave for a couple of days. What's the point? So that's what his chin's like, a bit stubbly, and he's not been able to go to the barbers for a while, so you know, his hair's looking a little bit overgrown. Yeah, he's looking really bored. Okay, I'm going to put some a little bit more detail, just a little bit of shade under the chin onto the neck. Again, it makes it a little bit more 3D. All these little things add to a really detailed cartoon. I'd really like to see what yours is like, if you'd like to post any on my Facebook site. We're giving this guy a collar. This is a round collar. It's a slight curve, you can see. And to give it again 3D, we just put a little loop at the back and colour it in. So again, it looks 3D. This guy, he's got a collar, a rectangle there, rectangle there. Again, that little bit at the back, just colour it in, and a V shape, and he's got a V-neck or a open collar shirt. This is just a different way. This one's, he's going to have a longer round neck and just a little bit baggier because he's worn that to bed a few times and not bothered to get changed because he's isolating, nobody's going to see him and he doesn't care. So that's what his collar's like. Okay, looking good so far. I hope you got something like this. Now you've got to sign it. You've got to have your own signature, not mine. This is how I sign mine. Make sure you've got your own signature. You've got to work on that. It's very important. You've got to sign your work so everybody knows who's done it. And keep this first page because it's important to see where you start, how you develop. Don't throw it in the bin. I'm modifying this guy now. I'm giving him a tooth. I'm colouring the rest in. You can just mess around with these now because you've got a really good basis for a cartoon. But don't throw your work away. He's got bags under his eyes. He's getting a bit fed up as well. So don't throw them away. Even if you shot a loo roll, you know, keep it. Keep it, hide it from your parents, anything. Just keep it out of the way so that it can't be thrown away. You've got to keep track of your drawings, every single one of them, okay? He's got bloodshot eyes, this guy, because he's been watching too many films. And this guy, I don't know, what else can we do with him? Maybe he's yawning. These are little movement marks, like that's like he's talking or he's shouting or he's yawning. His nose is twitching. Maybe he's about to sneeze. I hope not. Okay, maybe his head's moving a little bit. It just adds movement to the cartoon. And they all add little details to it. Now with my pencil, if you're already working in pencil, that's great. If you've done it in marker pen, I'm just adding a little bit of shade here. You'll see what difference it makes to the whole cartoon once you add a little bit of shade. It's just little bits here and there. It doesn't have to be a lot, and do it very, very lightly. Just very light bits of shade under the ear there, anywhere where there's something that might be sticking out, like his lip or under his ear, maybe under his nose or by his nose there. It just makes it a little bit more 3D and it looks like, whoa, that cartoon looks brilliant. How long have you been drawing cartoons? You've got to post yours in so I can see them, okay? And as we go on, I'm going to be giving a few prizes out for great cartoons. And we can see where you're starting and how good you're getting. There's loads of things I can show you. Animals based on the same style of drawing cartoons. So that's where we're at so far. Send us yours in. Let's have a look. And yeah, let's do plenty more workshops. And I look forward to seeing all your work. And get your pencils sharpened.